I'd say communication is very, very important.
Communicate.
Just always talk it out.
If you're annoyed at each other, just tell really openly, I'm annoyed about this.
Communication is key.
Communication.
The communication is the pillar of the in the couple.
Communicate with each other.
Communication.
Yep.
So Hess and I just got married, and before we did, we actually went out and asked random people for relationship advice.
Marriage advice.
Yeah, it was really, really good. But if you have any advice that you didn't hear in this video, make sure to comment below.
Oh, and wait to the end because the last couple we think gave the best advice.
The best.
Open heart, like a soft heart. Try not to take anything too personally, just because, you know, if they want to be with you, then they're not trying to hurt you, you know?
I'd say communication is very, very important. I mean, a lot of people say that and they mean it very like, oh yeah, just talk to each other. But knowing how one another want to be communicated with and how people hear things and how people receive things is very important in a relationship to make sure people are on the same page.
Don't go to bed angry.
Okay.
Wow, there you go. That's it.
I love it.
Work on establishing good goals and supporting each other, although those might not be the same, but work on supporting each other through those.
Patience, knowing that this is a moment and over decades, those moments disappear. And lastly, having your own time, doing your own things. Like we travel separately and then we travel together and yes.
Well, how long have you guys been married? 22 years. Okay, he's like, I don't know. So how do you make it last that long? What's the secret?
There's not a secret, but maybe one thing would be maintain your own life outside of the relationship, like have your own things that you do, and he would have his own things that he does without feeling like you have to be together every second of the day, and if there are things you like that he doesn't, then you do them.
Yeah.
I think another one is understanding that it's work. You got to work at it. The work requires a commitment. It's a partnership, and all partnerships are going to have things you're going to need to compromise and other things you're going to agree on, and that's okay.
Do you have any relationship advice?
I think, well, for us, it was keeping God at the center of our relationship, and then just communicate and to love one another, be very forgiving and just patient. And you know.
Definitely. And he doesn't like to fight, so that pretty much just cuts anything off I might want to do. Be easygoing, put each other first for sure.
Yeah.
Always talk it out. I think that's always a big one. Usually if we have any fights or anything, after a little while we calm down and talk about it.
Yeah. Tell everything, also if it's small. Just tell immediately what you feel and don't keep inside.
So any relationship advice?
Well, I don't know. Always be honest. And if you're annoyed at each other, just tell really openly, I'm annoyed about this. Can we sort this out? And then it's easy.
Make time to do fun things together. We have like a thing that has like just date ideas.
Yeah.
We just have a thing that we like take one out every month or something and make sure that you every month go on a date.
Communication is key, I think, is like the best thing I could say to anybody.
Always be honest, but try not to be mean. You can't be like a dick about it, but you know, you got to tell the truth.
So you guys are married. How long have you been married? 7 months. Congratulations! That's incredible. So what's your advice for us, or just in general?
I would say put God first. So that's number one. If you don't have it, then if you do not put God first, you're never gonna have a successful marriage.
Yeah. No, that's really important for us. So that's really, really great.
Cool. Communication. Yeah, just making sure you're on the same page. But yeah, it's been good.
Yeah.
We highly encourage it.
In my opinion, okay, you have to be patient with each other. Patience is key. And don't stop having fun. And if you are gonna argue, just know never to cross that line. There's one line yes. Just breathe to 1,000, count to 1,000,000, just walk away. Yeah, walk away.
Definitely respect is the number one key. Don't cross the line, like he said, is once you cross the line, you never can take it back. You can never come back from that. Communication, having fun. After kids, be an individual. You have to be an individual. Then you can be a mom, then you can be a wife and everything else. But at the end of the day is be you. And once you're happy with you, the rest will just flow.
With communication, the communication is the pillar of the in the couple, and also to have trust in each other, to be helpful in good or in bad moments. You need to be here for her Also understand what she deserves, because she will do everything for you, for your family, for everybody. And you need to understand without she say something what are her needs.
Listen to each other. You know what I'm saying? Because relationships takes work. After our honeymoon and the trips is over, the work is trying to be a unit. She's got her opinion, I've got mine. Somewhere y'all gotta come in the middle. She can't have her way all the time, you can't have yours.
It's simple. You cook, you clean, whatever, don't dress her up. And
What does that mean, don't dress her up?
I mean, like, don't
let her choose her own
like
clothes.
exactly. Don't go buy clothes for her because it's always the wrong choice. But besides that, you'll be good.
So you're saying you guys grew up together?
So we grew up together. We did our schooling together. We're from Canada. Been there in Canada for 10 years. Been married for 5 years and have a 2-year-old beautiful girl.
Congratulations! She's so sweet. So what's some advice you would give us?
Stay true to yourself and your relationship. You need to keep your ego on the side. And I think honesty, sincerity, and relationship is, in a way, it's like work, right? Like you need to have things aligned in a proper way. So I think some sort of honesty, dedication, and genuineness towards each other is one of the fundamental core that's required for the relationship.
Communication.
Communicate with each other.
Yeah, always
That's the only way it's gonna work.
Communication.
I love it. Relationship advice.
So always come back to you already made the decision to be together. You're doing that. So if there's a disagreement, if there's any issues, it's all coming back to it. You already made the choice. We're going to work through this. There's never a thought that like you're not going to get through this thing, because then you will. It's not I'll walk out the door. It's hey, I'm going to be here and like work through that.
You're a team, right? So instead of you two against each other, it's you two versus the challenge, the opportunity, the problem, the other person. And if there's some negotiating or conversation that needs to work into that alignment, that takes place first. And usually I'd say, off to the side instead of in the circumstance. And I'd say like the biggest thing is to listen and actually listen, not listen so you can talk, listen so you can pretend like you're listening, listen, actually listen, and then insert that little wedge of space between what that person says or does and how you internalize it and respond back.